All right, political parties have been flocking to the IEC Centre in Midrand. Let's take a look at what's happening this morning.
The IEC has actually called us to gather here and unveil their logo as actually we prepare for these upcoming elections. Are you guys ready?
We are more than ready. We wouldn't imagine not being ready. We are looking forward to the elections. The EFF is as ready as of yesterday. Even if it was last month, we are more than ready. Of all the 2,929 voting stations, we have our election machinery in each and every voting station. Of all the 4,392 wards of South Africa in the 9 provinces, the EFF has election machinery. We are in every space of South Africa, in every inch of the landscape.
What's the first thing you'll do when you get into power across provinces and nationally?
Expropriation of land without compensation, building capacity to the state and ensuring that there's no outsourcing of petty tasks that must be implemented by the state, particularly cleaning, security services, and construction, low volume construction activities. We will be implementing the 7 cardinal pillars of the economic freedom fighters. Free education will definitely be implemented as a matter of priority up to the first degree in the university, and make sure that our students graduate timelessly and they don't have any problem to deal with in terms of funding.
Clear this for us then, maybe. We've seen Twitter being abuzz with the fact that there's some challenges or, infighting, if one may say, between the president and his deputy. What's exactly happening here? Are you guys fighting?
That is fallacy. You cannot imagine the deputy president and the president fighting in the EFF. They are brothers. They were born together. They grew up together. They've been together all days and nights throughout ever since they've known each other. It's a figmentation of their imagination, and we are watching the space. It's a media speculation of the white monopoly capital because we don't have control over the media. We are watching that space. There's nothing like that.
Your main message to the IEC to make sure that the elections are free and fair?
Well, we look forward to free and fair, credible and peaceful elections in South Africa. We trust the IEC with every anything we can think of. We have experience with the IEC. We can only tell them that they must do better, up their game. The result slips must actually speak to the actual counting that has happened, and they must allow us to photograph the result slip before they paste it anywhere so that we are able to do reconciliation and there is no change of the results and figures from the voting station to the counting center.
Ntatelikota, we are slowly getting ready for these upcoming national and provincial elections. We can't help but ask this question as to basically, you kind of have been having dwindling supporting numbers. What are you doing to make it a point that you resurface after these elections?
Well, our structures are working in communities, explaining to them the alternatives of what we think ought to be done and the direction the country must take. So we are essentially educating public opinion. And
basically, if you look at the fact that, there's new parties that are coming to the fore, aren't you threatened? Are you sure that you're going to, emerge?
No, we are not threatened at all. It's very important that South Africans are increasingly going into political activism. It's very important that increasing sections of the population must not sit back and be indifferent. When critical national questions have been decided, men and women who pay tax must take interest as to the direction the country is going to be taking. And that's why you see more and more formations are rising, because people can say that something is not right. So please let everybody come to the party.
Let's talk policy now. What is COPE bringing to the fore in terms of policy?
Well, I think our position is extremely very simple. We've always said that the national constitution constitutes the only reliable framework within which we can build a South Africa of our dreams. There's no other route to go. The fact that those who are today controlling power are unable or are failing to implement their constitution does not make it a wrong policy position. And we remain very firm on that question. We won't change. And things will not change in any other direction if South Africans are to survive, except if they move in that direction.
We're launching the elections. The IEC has called us here. What can you expect from the ACDP building up to the elections in May?
We have never looked forward to an election like this one, because South Africans are at the stage where they are no more talking loyalty, but they are looking for new options. And because we have proved over the years not to be corrupt, not a single scandal has come from the ACDP direction. People have looked at what we have been saying since 1994. Consistency has given us an advantage over many of political parties today. So we are looking forward to these elections. Besides this, we have a number of people coming from other political parties. Christians who say we have given the ANC enough chance. We have given some in the Western Cape, so we have given the DA enough chance. We don't see any change because we realize that these people are not working with God, but they're working against God. Now, the ACDP believes that the problems that we are facing as South Africa are so massive, there are so many, that we need God's inspiration and help to overcome them. And other people will not accept that. We are the only ones who believe that with God all things are possible, and South Africa can become a model nation among nations of the world.